We are back, Cooperville Live in the house. Happy Wednesday. Big old show coming up today. Hope you're having a fantastic, it's not even a midway point of the week. I mean, technically, you got through 2 days. You got 2 days left, and then if you're into that whole thing, if you're into that whole looking forward to the weekend kind of lifestyle, which I'm down with, I understand. It has a fantastic day for you. Switchy, switchy. Glitchy, glitchy. Hope y'all are fabulous. Me, you. Good to be back. Faith Schueler is on the show today. Excited to talk to Faith Schueler, up-and-coming country artist from South Carolina. Raise up. Oh, wait. That was Petey Pablo, and he was from North Carolina. I'm going to ask her, though, because I know we had a guest on that was from North Carolina. They call it North Kakalaki. Maybe they call it South Kakalaki. We'll find out. These are the important things you will learn today on the show. Also introduce you to a fantastic up-and-coming artist. What's up, Joe? Welcome to it. Let us think of the sponsors of the show. Perhaps not. Oh, running on that low-speed internet today, apparently. CoopervilleClothing.com. New drop comes out on Friday, y'all. Friday. Yeah, Faith on Spotify. Good stuff. New drop coming on Friday, but of course we have our full collection up to date as of now. CoopervilleClothing.com. Something for the ladies, something for the guys, something for your head. CoopervilleClothing.com. New drop, 8 a.m. this Friday. That's Central Standard Time for those of you watching from afar. Captain Coop's Beard Company, if you are bearded, or if you know somebody who's bearded, perhaps you're on the trajectory of becoming bearded, we got the goods for you. Beard oils, beard balms, beard butters, with a little taste of the islands. Not taste. Don't eat it. I mean, you can. It's all natural, but I wouldn't recommend it. It does have an island flair. Do I play games? I've played some games in my day, C-dubs. But I'm guessing you're talking the video kind. And, of course, MidwestMeals.com. 16 signature meals. You can build your own. All your macros right there. Eating healthy. Living forever. All the good stuff. Promo code is Cooper at checkout. And you get 10% off your order at MidwestMeals.com. Take care of your meal prep. Take care of maybe your lunches for the week or your breakfast for the week. Knock it out. It's easy to do. Cleanup is super simple. You just pop in the microwave and boom, delicious meals at the ready. Again, promo code is Cooper at checkout at MidwestMeals.com. That is the website. There is about a 4-second delay between my button and the switch. Usually it's like instantaneous, but today it's being a little bit gnarly. Also have to say, it was a cool day today. Hang on, I need some water. Got home, got a package in the mail from my other friends at Monster Energy, as you can see. Cool stuff. Big 3 is back, yo. Check this out. Rockin' that. Big 3. With who? Ice Cube, baby. 99, baby. Right there. Look at that. That came in the mail today. So, I'm not really a basketball jersey guy, but, I mean, I'll pull that off. So that was cool. That came today. I got the basketball back there. Bunch of cool stuff. Another water bottle. Like I have like 15 Monster water bottles, like 3 Monster coffee cups. Just load it up. And we're going to be doing some cool stuff via Patreon too. If you want to join our Patreon, by the way, the link is down in the, right there. It's scrolling by. Going to be doing some cool giveaway stuff for our patrons with some Monster stuff. So tune in for that. I have to put this somewhere. Right there. There it goes. Put it on the wall of fame back here when I ever get a chance to do it. So big thanks to Monster Energy for the drop today. Big 3 is back. I believe mid-July they start. I think it's like 3-on-3 basketball. It's kick-ass. Starts out in Vegas. Ice Cube is leading the charge. Monster Energy just jumped on board, sent me a bunch of cool stuff. So check out Big Three at the Big Three on Instagram. I know that. And Ice Cube obviously is at Ice Cube. Yay. Cool stuff. Nick was not excited that I got another water bottle, though. Because I have like 3 of these that I rotate. And so there's always clutter in the refrigerator. And then I got another one today, so that's 5. Like, not another water bottle. I'm like, I like cold water, you know? I like to buy bottled water. I like to have it fresh out of the tap. That Chippewa Falls water is good for you. So those of you who are wondering, we had a scheduling flip-flop. We had Faith tomorrow and Joe today. Then we flipped Joe for Faith. So Joe's tomorrow. Faith is today. Joe checked Faith out on Spotify. Good stuff. Yeah, super impressed. And there's some correlation to the boys in Holiday State because they reached out. Faith's team reached out to me after we had Holiday State on right before the holiday weekend, and we kind of made things happen. Yeah, very cool sound. Kind of country, pop, soul. It's a good blend. It's a good mixture of sonic sound. But there's a Holiday State tie in there as well. So we'll try to figure all that. We'll try to get all that figured out. What else is happening in the world? Rainy day here in the Chippewa Valley, which is good. Joe, this is probably right. This is like your stuff, man. 65 degrees and raining. You're probably digging on this. I don't know. I had a hoodie on all day. Like, it's July the 7th. What's up? We should still be enjoying the beautiful 90s, don't you think? I think. Hang on, I gotta check a message here, make sure that we're still on point, still on track with stuff. Sometimes links get lost in the. No, it was just a mention. There we go. Very cool. Thank you to Faith Schueler for throwing a mention out on the Insta. We love the mentions. By the way, you can follow us on Instagram at Cooperville Live on Insta. Cooperville Live on Facebook if you're watching there. I have noticed that Facebook's being really super glitchy. It's like transitioning between it was Twitch for a while, then it was YouTube, and now it's like Facebook. I don't know. It's streaming to 3 different platforms, and every time they update their systems or do an update, we're like, we're glitchy. Then again, it could be the really shitty internet that we have here. I don't know. Maybe because I keep calling it shitty internet, they keep on turning it down. Just want to have good internet. That's all I ask for. But wherever you're following us on socials, we appreciate it. Of course, the Patreon as well. Thanks to Mama Joe. Mama Joe just joined up on the Patreon stuff. We're going to be doing that. And Monday, we launch Motivation Monday. So you want to be a part of that. It's like a 3 or 4 minute video that we're going to do every Monday morning just to kind of get you set for the week. That'll be coming on Monday morning. Cool stuff. Next week, Rockfest. Second big music festival here in the area. We just got off the heels of Country Fest and right back into it with Rockfest, which kicks off a week from today in Cadott. So it's like it's madness, but it is so good to see after the summer that we had last year that we're just like boom, 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 boom. Music festivals and 4th of July celebrations and people out doing people-y things. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of people. I'm a people person, a people pleaser. That's me. That's my gig. So thank you all for watching, and be sure to share the stream as well. Gather up the lads and the lasses and get them into to the program today, because it's going to be a good one. Faith Schueler is ready. She's in the green room. I can see her. She just Instagrammed us. It's the weird internet thing that we're living in here in 2021. And there she is. Faith, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited that you're here too. I have to. I'm trying to connect some dots here. So I had the boys from Holiday State on the show on Friday. Oh, yeah. And so there must be some, because they were giving you props. And next thing I know, I got Jeff in my inbox, like, we need to get Faith on. And the Holiday State guys like, yeah, you do. And here you are. So what's the Holiday State connection?
Listen, the Holiday State boys are awesome. So we're connected through my manager, Jeff. He's good friends with them, and obviously Jeff's my manager, so he linked us, and hopefully we're going to be doing some shows together soon. It's kind of in the questions. So, but they're awesome. I love all their songs, so definitely go check them out if you're watching Holiday State. But yeah, it's just awesome. I love how, you can get connected in the music industry and meet new people. It's just really great.
Yeah, and those boys they're fantastic. I love their energy, and all three of them are just like they're just slightly different from one another. They're not all the same. Like one's out hunting, and one's like surfing in California, and one lives in Idaho. I'm like, you sure you guys are really related? But and the music,
hey,
obviously,
that's what makes a great boy band, right?
It does. I'm like, I could choreograph some things for you, but we'll save that for the 2022 tour.
Okay, yeah, that could be cool.
So,
let's see what you got.
It'll be interesting. Let's leave it at that. We'll say it's going to be interesting. But you're a South Carolina resident?
I am from Charleston, South Carolina.
I've been in Charleston. My cousin was in the Navy and graduated from the Navy, I believe, in Charleston. And I thought that was probably, of all the cities I visited, that was like this oddly beautiful, like it's old but new. It's the streets are like this big. You people drive like, I'm like, how do you guys not run into each other all the time? But it's a beautiful, beautiful city.
I can't drive in Charleston. It gives me way too much anxiety because the streets they're so narrow, and some lanes will just turn right, and then there's just one straight lane, or one lane turns right and the other is like left and straight, and I'm always get caught like in traffic there. It's just a hot mess driving downtown. So if you go to downtown Charleston, I would recommend Ubering, or maybe even taking a boat or something.
Yeah. Get a bicycle built for two. Do something unique, because the roads. But a beautiful city. And how does like musical influences when you're growing up in a city like Charleston on the coast and stuff like that? Obviously, you have a beach vibe to it as well, because you are right on the ocean. Like what musical influences found their way into your ear at a young age that kind of propelled you into this whole life of music?
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of people know Darius Rucker is actually from Charleston. So he was a big influence. He would play around town, his band, Hootie and the Blowfish. I never actually got to see them, but I was always listening to his music. So he was a really big influence of mine growing up, just knowing that he was, from where I'm from. And I just thought that was really cool to look up to someone who kind of lives in the same place that I am, sees the same thing I do, and has performed some of the same places I have. And then also growing up, I loved Taylor Swift. I still do. A huge Taylor Swift fan. T-Swizzle all the time. But she was the artist when I was growing up, and I remember watching her on CMT and being like, yeah, that is exactly what I want to do. Yeah. So she's awesome. And then currently I've really been loving Kelsey Ballerini, Mary Morris, Luke Combs, Riley Green, just all kinds of artists. It's really hard to pick and choose because everyone is so, they got something that makes them a little different. Yeah. I just absolutely love, and definitely they're an inspiration to me.
I just had a chance to see Lauren Elena for the first time a couple weekends ago. I hosted a country music festival here in Wisconsin. And you're right, because you kind of hear the songs on the radio, but when you see somebody live, there is okay, this is how Lauren Elena owns the stage. This is how Kelsey Ballerini owns the stage. There's so many different nuanced local things that are different. But I mean, girl power in country right now is just, and maybe Taylor Swift was the one that ignited it. There was plenty before her, but it's booming. It's booming. It's a good time to be in the industry for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, Lauren Elena is amazing. She sounds just as good in person as she does, on her tracks. And I love that about a lot of artists, is just going to a really great concert and not only hearing their voice and how amazing it sounds, but also the performance they put on. And I've been to a few concerts since, everything kind of opened back up, and it just, man, I've missed it so much. And now I've got that urge just to get on tour and get on that stage and, show them what I got. So
you talked about your influences, kind of the people that you heard that inspired you to kind of get into music. I think the Darius Rucker story is great because it does give you that, well, he's from here. There's obviously, it's been done. I can follow this path, But for you getting into music yourself as an artist, like, was it the songwriting, was the writing that came first, or was it the singing? Like, which part of the machine that you are, because you do all three, you write songs, you sing songs, and you play instruments. Like, which part of that puzzle came first for you?
So definitely singing. I knew from a very young age, or I guess I should say other people knew. I was actually like 5 years old when every 5-year-old sings, okay? Like I was popping out those Disney songs all the time, anywhere I went. Cracker Barrel, the grocery store, I was always singing. People probably thought I was really obnoxious, but definitely singing came first. I knew that I loved singing. I loved listening to all different kinds of genres. And my babysitter actually went to my mom. I was about 5 years old, and she was like, "Hey, I don't know this, if you know this, but your daughter actually has a really good voice, like an oddly, good pitch to her voice." And so my mom kind of knew, and my parents, observed, and they both knew I could sing. But as I got older, that just like passion kept growing inside of me, and I decided to take it a step further. So I did grow up dancing, and I give that a lot of credit for like my rhythm and just being able to perform in front of an audience. But as I got older, I started taking piano lessons when I was 9. And then I realized, okay, I would love to start singing in like coffee shops and little places, doing open mics and things like that. So when I was 13, I started, singing in coffee shops. That's when I started learning the guitar a little bit. I taught myself how to play the guitar and the ukulele. And so I was just experimenting and trying to figure out, what I wanted to do in life. And at this point, I knew, okay, this is something I'm, pretty serious about. And a lot of people, for a 13-year-old girl to say that, they're like, nah, I don't know about that. But really, I knew I wanted to do that. And so in English class, I remember I would always do very well in English, even though I would fall asleep sometimes trying to read books because that happens to the best of us. But with the writing section, I would write, poems and stuff in English class. And a few of my English teachers actually came up to me and they were like, "This is actually really good, like for your age bracket, that you're achieving a lot with these poems, and I've never seen writing like this before." And so that's kind of when I knew I had a gift for writing. And I dug deeper into that, and then all of a sudden I was this young 13-year-old girl playing in coffee shops, writing her own songs, and playing her guitar. So it's quite a process, but I'm so happy that this journey I've been on, and it's just been so much fun.
What is your songwriting like? Are you a person that just like gets inspired by something or thinks of a line? Obviously, we have the great technology now. You don't have to like find a pen and write things down. You can just, sing it or hum things into your phone. Like, what is your writing style like? Do you wait till you're inspired? Do you set time to do it? Obviously, if you're doing like a collaboration with somebody else, there's a set time.
Right.
Would you just, when you feel it, do you do it? Or do you like set time aside throughout the course of your week or your day? Like, this is when I'm going to songwrite.
So I try to do both. Oftentimes, I think it's really good to try to write something at least every day just to get those creative juices flowing. And sometimes I just want to slam my writing book into a wall because I'm like not coming up with anything. And sometimes it hits me so hard, I write a song in 10 minutes. Yeah. So a lot of times, the best songs come when they just kind of come out of nowhere, and I either get like a melody idea or a topic idea. Typically it'll be a melody, and then sometimes it'll be like a hook, which is like the super catchy part of the song. And so oftentimes that'll happen first. And then also I've had some really weird cases where I'm like sleeping, and this sounds a little crazy, but I will literally be sleeping in the middle of the night, like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I will hear something in my head, like in the non-weirdest way possible, and it's like a lyric or a melody, and I have to wake up. Like I wake myself up, and I have these crazy like voice memos in my phone of me just whispering in my phone because I don't want to forget what I just heard. And then I wake up the next morning sometimes and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awful. Like, this is so bad. And then sometimes I'm like, wait, that was really good. So It happens in very strange ways for me, but mostly it's just like a melody or something that comes first.
Yeah. I don't think the waking up in the middle of the night and writing things or singing things out, I think that's weird at all. That seems completely normal.
Good. Okay, because sometimes I explain it to people and they're like, "Do you hear things? Are you okay?"
I've done the same thing, just being a creative and like, oh, I'm just fall asleep thinking about something and then wake up randomly in the middle of the night. I'm like, if I don't write that down, like that's gone, and it may suck. It may be really bad, but
yeah.
I need to get this out. So I understand the middle of the night wake up for something that's just for some weird reason finds its way into the back of your brain while you're trying to sleep. Now, do you? As a songwriter, and obviously this started at a young age when you were, doing poems for English class. Do you find yourself now observing kind of how life is operating outside of, you just kind of watch things in a different way and kind of anecdotally pick up on like random things, and then those things find your way. They find their way into a song like, oh yeah, I saw this guy on a beach or this thing on a thing. And so you just kind of observe life with a little bit of a keener sense than maybe most do?
Yeah, I definitely do. Honestly, like my mom has pointed out ever since I was really young, I've always been quite the observer. Like even when I seem like I'm not listening, like I'm literally observing and analyzing everything around me. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's something wrong, but I observe everything. I just do. And I've even found myself like so intrigued by like what I'm doing in concerts and things like that. Like I'll be at a concert and I'm just trying to have a good time, right? And enjoy the music, have fun. But I am literally analyzing everything that is going on. Like I'm like, oh, that was really cool what they did with the drums, or oh, I really like that stage setup, or oh, that was a really cool move you just did, or I'm always like analyzing the small things because I just find it so interesting because I love to perform and I want to take note for when I perform of like these different ideas. So instead of having a blast, I'm having a blast, but I'm just watching and observing like I'm in a lecture or something. But really, and so I do observe a lot, and sometimes I will put that in my songs, and a lot of, inspiration for songs also comes, through experience and things I've learned throughout my life. I've taken inspiration from my friends' stories, my family's stories, and things they've told me, or what I've just seen from the outside looking in. And so definitely a lot of inspiration comes from, being super observant and all of that.
I call it the sponge factor when artists watch other artists perform. They're always, watching the show and enjoying it, but there's always this little part that is keeping an eye on the lighting, or how they have their rig set up, or I see it if there's a cat. Well, they walk the catwalk this way, and then they come back this way. Oh, I see turn and look, and how they make all the fans in a big audience feel like they're all inclusive. It's the sponge factor where you're just kind of absorb those little nuggets, and you kind of storm away like, okay, well, next time I'm at a rehearsal, ready to go out and do a show, like maybe I'll take it. But I'm sure it seems like you will tweak it, like you'll make it your own. You'll make it Faith's turn, look, or ownership of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I just, love watching other people do what they love too. And so that's why I just get so interested, and I feel like I can pick up on things that other people who aren't interested in music on the level that I'm in, like they're not actually in the industry. So I pick up on a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of things that I can see that someone else might not see or hear. And so I'm always like, just like looking around, trying to see, all the things and all the creative things that these artists come up with, and just helping me to get inspired for hopefully one day when I'm performing and I put on my own show, and how to make that, unique, but also take that inspiration that I get from other performances and make it something just super amazing.
I'll share a story with you because I learned that the sponge factor isn't just like a new artist or a young artist thing. Like I said, I was at Country Fest. I hosted it a couple weekends ago, and I was coming on stage to bring off Tennille Townes, who was performing. And I'm watching her from the side stage. I mean, she's just a ball of energy and just wailing on the guitar. And I glance over to my right, and I witnessed Dierks Bentley pick up random guitar. I'm not sure if it was his case, but somebody's guitar, and he's watching the monitor and like trying to like learn her song as she's playing it. I'm like, see, he's still observing, he's still learning, he's still getting his kicking the dust off a little bit. So it's something I think that as an artist, always it continues. You always learn stuff. You continue to learn and grow, and that'll be a forever thing for you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it's like a feeling. You just can't help it.
Yeah. So you had your first single come out in 2018, so a couple of years ago, and you're kind of getting a lot of songwriting experience, a lot of work with a lot of great other songwriters, it sounds like, and you've gotten a chance to spend some time in Nashville. Like when you go to a place like Nashville, like what is it for you about that city that you just absolutely love and adore? Because it seems like everybody has kind of a different angle of it that they see, but when you go to Nashville and you have a chance to be there, like what do you like? Yeah, this is what makes this place, the mecca of country music and music in general nowadays.
Yeah. Well, first off, Nashville, everyone in Nashville that I have like run into or met while I'm there are so sweet. Like everyone is so nice, and no one fails to just come up to you and be nice and tell you, hey, you look really pretty today, or oh wow, are you a musician? Can I get a picture with you? Like I've had it happen so much when I'm there, and I love it. It's just so much fun. Everyone's so welcoming and so sweet. And then another thing I absolutely love is the music aspect. Like they are not kidding when they say it's Music City. Like there's music literally everywhere. All the street names are like music inspired. You see recording studios all over the place. And it's just huge. It's like a huge music city, but it's also like seems kind of small at the same time because everyone is connected and everyone knows each other and everyone's super friendly. Broadway is a lot of fun, and they just opened a 5th in Broadway, which is so much fun. But really my favorite aspect is that like everywhere you go, there's just like music. And I think music makes people really happy, and music is healing, and music is, everyone can enjoy music, I think. So it's surrounded. It's just a happy city.
It is. Music is the great healer. And I think after, life in general, but after the last, let's say, year and a half that we've all had to kind of endure and go through, it's been that one thing that has pulled us through the hard times, is brought us down to reality, made us maybe realize some things, but also is the thing that lifted us up when it was like, I really just want to go outside. That's really all I want to do. I guess I'll play a song. I'll play a Kenny Chesney song about the beach somewhere. I'll feel like, I'm apparently in Mexico again. I'll feel good about life. But it has that uplifting thing. And Nashville, like you said, has it everywhere you go, everywhere you look. There's something to do with music, and it's always playing in the streets. So that's I can see why that's a magnet for you. Just like draws you in like a moth to a flame, as they say.
Oh yeah, it's an awesome place. I definitely recommend going and checking it out if you haven't been yet.
Absolutely. Got a new song out. It's called Getting Over You. That's your latest single. Tell me about the writing process for this one. Was this a personal experience? Was this observing experience? Were you using that sponge tactic again? Tell me about the writing process for this song that you have out right now.
So Getting Over You, I got to write with my producer, Greg Beek, and my songwriter friend, Chris Bergsness, and they're so much fun to work with. But I've been writing a ton of love songs and life lesson songs. I had an entire EP dedicated to love songs. And so I was like, observing, I guess the observing part was like on social media, like TikTok and Instagram, people were going nuts over breakup songs. And I'm like, I think it's about time to just pull out a breakup song because I want to give the audience what they want. And so what I did was I wrote a really fun breakup song. I wanted something that was just like almost uplifting at the same time, but something that you could just like scream in your car while you're driving down the highway and having fun with your friends. And so that's kind of what Getting Over You is, if I were to describe it, musically. But lyrically, a lot of the lyrics in Getting Over You, some of them are from personal experience. I've had a lot of time to, process my life and look back at, the experiences that I've had, and everyone goes through heartbreak at some point in their life, and I really tried to channel that and how I felt, and also look at how far I've come since then and who I am now, and how that affected my life for the better.
Yeah.
And so Getting Over You is about looking towards the bright side in a breakup. So you're being treated pretty badly by a person, and you go through a lot, and you go through the motion of just the heartbreak and the breakup, and I think that's very relatable. A lot of people go through that, but then at the end of the day, you just look back at your life and you're like, man, even though that really sucked, like even though that was terrible, at least I'm over you, and I'm a better person now, and I'm moving on with my life. And so the song can be very inspiring. And I've actually gotten a lot of great feedback from many people who have just come to me and said, man, like this song is so relatable. And this is something that I've been through or I'm going through now. And your song has helped me. And so the song, it has a personal meaning, but it also has a meaning in the sense of I've seen so many people go through the same thing, go through heartbreak. And I just wanted to write a really fun song about it that was also encouraging and uplifting at the same time.
No, I love it. And that's got to feel great as an artist when you have people come up to you and tell you that your song has helped them through something. I know it's one of the things that probably, the writing process and performing it, I'm sure, and recording it and then doing the lyric video for it is great. And then you're like, oh, this like literally somebody came up to you and said, this song really helped me through a tough time. That's got to be, for you as an artist, be like you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Like, really nice song, my lyrics.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's how it feels. It really does. It's like, that's probably the most rewarding thing to hear as an artist is anytime that I pour my heart and soul out into a song, and then I know that that has affected someone else's life for the better and has helped them. Like, that is the ultimate reward to me. That is all I want to do. And if I were to do anything in this world, that's exactly what I would want to be doing. So it just shows me that my hard work is paying off, and that, no matter where I am in my path to success, we should say, or in this career, I'm still helping others along the way, and I'm still, meeting that one goal that I have for myself throughout this whole journey.
Yeah, we kind of talked a little bit about 2020 into 2021 being an off year, generally speaking. We'll say that. But for you as an artist, like, what helped you get through some of those times? I know when you have you're writing songs and you're kind of getting out in 2018, and then you move into 2019, you're probably feeling some momentum, you're feeling some growth on things, and then 2020 hits. How did you utilize your time in 2020 to kind of bridge the gap between, what was then and then what is now, when things are starting to open up and there's kind of a clearer destination towards the future?
So when 2020, happened, I should say, when it just happened, when the pandemic started, I was really, really bummed out and kind of devastated because I had just released my new EP, One Love Song at a Time. It was my very first ever EP. I was so excited. First time I ever recorded anything in Nashville. I had this big plan of promoting it, and I felt like all that just kind of went whoop down the drain right when the pandemic started. But really, if anything good were to come out of the pandemic, not saying anything really good came out of the pandemic. Obviously, that was a very hard time for so many people. Right. And my EP not doing well was the least of my worries, to others. So with that said, it actually turned out to be a pretty good year. I made the best of the situation. I was really down on myself for a while, and I was like, okay, what can we do about this? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't have a cure. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't go around and heal all these people. So I'm just going to have to try to find something positive. I'm going to have to try to find the light in this darkness right now. And so that's what I did. I worked on music. I worked on writing, making more connections. I didn't even know what Zoom was before the pandemic hit, but Zoom became my absolute best friend. And I started using Zoom for everything, live stream, or not live streams, but meetings and interviews and all kinds of stuff. And I also met my manager He saw me on a local news station, and he opened so many doors for me. We've worked so well together throughout the whole pandemic, and we've just been killing it. Like we're just, let's get this done as much as we can. I've been able to make connections that I probably wouldn't have been able to make because I'm talking to people like you. I'm talking to people like people all the way across the nation. I've talked to people in Australia. Like I never would have even fathomed that because I wouldn't know what Zoom is and I wouldn't know how to utilize all this, technology. And so it really did benefit me in that sense. And I also took a lot of time to write and to learn about myself and who I want to be as an artist. And I just kept saying, when this whole thing is over, I am coming out swinging. Like that is my goal. And so, I have felt more prepared than I've ever felt. I'm ready to, move on in this career. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling like I've grown so much since the start of the pandemic. So I guess the moral of the story is I just try to look at the bright side of things and take advantage of what I do have instead of sitting there worrying about what I don't have. And here I am today.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think there's a certain amount of, you go through those moments. I understand, especially when things first started, when you had, obviously, if you have a large project that you've been working on and that doesn't do what you were hoping it was going to do because of, circumstances outside of your control, but to find that silver lining, to find those moments of light and the opportunities that, arise out of them and then to pursue them. There people have some people have a fear of technology. They're like, I don't know if I want to learn how to do this. Like TikTok, I can't dance. I mean, I'm going to choreograph Holiday State's whole tour in 2022, but I can't dance. They're in for a treat. But but to get over that kind of fear, to learn new things and to kind of expand who you are, and especially to continue on writing and improve your writing process. I mean, that's using, time that you probably wouldn't have had it been a normal year to improve who you are and to get yourself set up for 2021, which I want to talk about as we are over the halfway point of the year. Like, how are you feeling about moving forward in the rest of this year? Are you looking forward to 2022? Like, is the energy level kind of getting up there now that you're starting to see things open up and shows are starting to happen and people are starting to kind of get back to being people again?
Oh yeah, the energy level just keeps growing. I'm excited, also slightly scared, but more excited. There's always an anxious part to that. But really that's a good thing. It means I'm anxious. I'm ready to do it. I am planning a tour right now. So that is like a first, and that's the scary part because I'm like, I've never been on tour. I'm coming right out of a pandemic. How is this about to go? But I'm feeling confident. It's going to be so much fun. I've really gotten to connect with so many fans throughout the pandemic just through social media, which is mind blowing. And so, I'm excited to meet them and to meet my fans because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. And also, I'm ready for 2022. I have been working on new music, constantly writing. I try to write every single day and really, keep those creative juices flowing. So I'm excited. It's going to be a great next few years. And hopefully I will just keep going up. And the only way from here is up.
Absolutely. Now, if people want to follow, make sure they know when the tour is getting announced and what's going on with you, new music, stuff like that. Like, what are your socials? Where can people find you and get dialed in? I know we had people that were on here before you jumped on were already checking out your Spotify and finding your music and stuff like that. So, but where can people find you so they can get locked and loaded and ready for Faith taking over the world 2021, 2022?
Oh, yeah. So definitely check out my social medias. It would mean the world to me. Go follow me on my Instagram. It's at Faith Schueler. That's SCHUELER. It should be somewhere around here, over here, somewhere around here. And also my Facebook, my Twitter, my TikTok. Oh my gosh, there's so many social medias. So it's just all at Faith Schueler. I also have some music videos out. If you like entertainment and you like to watch music videos, go check those out. And then you can find my merchandise that I'm working on very soon and also releasing very soon on my website. That's faithschueler.com. You can also find all of my tour dates on there as well. And those will be posted very soon as well.
Very cool. Faith, Don Yacerda is on here, and he says, found you because of a live stream, and he says hi, and he loves songs coming from dreams. He was posting about finding songs that come out of your dreams and stuff like that. So Don was one of your fans on here. Joe is on here, loves your sound, checked you out on Spotify. C-Dubs, I know, is from Malaysia. He's watching. He loves your music. So we're gaining fans everywhere we go.
Wow. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for all of your support. You guys are awesome. Please keep streaming. Keep, coming and following me on this journey. I'm really excited for what the future holds. And thank you so much, Cooper. I am so blessed to have talked to you today, and hopefully we'll stay connected.
Absolutely. Oh, and Crystal Bunch says, Faith, with an exclamation point. Crystal says, Faith. So thank you very much. Inspiring stories. I love hearing the journey story and being where you are and how things are, progressing forward and moving into the next year and where you're going to end up. You're welcome back on the show anytime, so stay in touch, and we'll get you back on sometime very soon, Faith. Take care of yourself, and best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you so much, Cooper. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. There we go. Faith Schueler on the show, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Check her out. FaithSchueler.com is the website. I think there's links to all of her socials on there, but if you follow the show, we follow us on any of our socials. Obviously, we tag and post to make sure that you know where to find her, and y'all have done a great job of going and checking out music from artists that we have on here. So thank you all for joining. Tons of people over here in the chat and watching on Twitch and on YouTube and some Facebook too. Thank you all. Thank you, Don. Yeah, energy's good, man. Feeling good. Energy's feeling good, and she has a lot of it. So Faith Schueler. Check her out. Latest single is Getting Over You. It's available everywhere now. Lyric video is out on YouTube, so go and check that stuff out. So good stuff on a Wednesday. That's the way we raise the bar, people. We used to have good times all the time. Coming up tomorrow on the show, the man who stands 6'7". He's not. He's like probably 6'5". Joe Stam from the Joe Stam Band is going to be on the show. They're doing a show tonight, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Fest. We'll talk about the rest of the year. We'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Joe Stam with 2 M's coming up tomorrow right here on Cooperville Live. Thank you all for paying attention, for watching the show today with Faith. Wherever you have us dialed up, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button, follow, like, all of those things. Definitely helps the show grow and helps things progress for us as well. Y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. We'll be back again tomorrow on the show right here. Peace and love and all of the things. Also, don't forget CoopervilleClothing.com. We have a new drop, a new shirt coming out this Friday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. You're going to like it. I promise. Have yourselves a great night. Enjoy. We out here.